There has been a major disaster in Manhattan. People are dying, people are injured, and it's all true. It seems that September 11th happened once before. Smaller, but it happened on September 11th. Hey everybody, welcome to the DLU's Book Series channel. I'm Christina, Kristina. I read books, I talk about books, I do Star Trek also. It's just me, no special effects, no special pop-ins, no computer technology. It's just me reading books. And I need you to all show your love and support and give me the thumbs up and let me know I'm doing a good job, because it's just me. It's just reading books. I have no special talents, no special graphics, no special pop-ins, nothing like that. And today we are talking about Rhys Bowen, a Molly Murphy mystery, The Edge of Dreams. And Molly, this is book 14, by the way, in the series. Molly is back from Paris, her big adventure in Paris. And her house is, she's staying with her two closest friends while Daniel does the last minute touches to a house. There's lots of personal angst in this one. There's not as much detecting as there was in the previous, well, not the last one, the Paris book just drove me crazy, because it was like, go here, go there. It was a wild goose chase. It just drove me bonkers for 300 pages. Then it took off, and then it was good. And the previous book to that had a lot of investigation into it, but this doesn't have as much investigation because there's a lot of personal angst going on in it. So there's a serial killer in Manhattan. He's killing somebody every 3 weeks, supposedly random people. And Molly and Liam are injured in the train wreck. A switchman's mistake and a motorman's carelessness sent a crowded car of Manhattan elevated train hurtling off the structure into the street at 7 a.m. this morning and smashing the coach into splinters and piling the passengers into a tangled mess of crushed and mangled bodies. 11 persons were killed and 40 injured. Several of the injured are expected to die. It was the worst disaster in the history of Manhattan elevated road. The smash-up occurred at 9th Avenue and 53rd Street, where the 6th Avenue elevated structure curves into and becomes part of the 9th. On 9th Avenue, local southbound and running high-speed truck, a misplaced switch at the 53rd Street curve, and the forward car whirled around the bend into the 6th Avenue line. The heavy motor caused the front car to hold the track. The second car, crowded to the doors, left the track. Its forward trucks bumped over a few ties, hit the heavy guard timbers, and clung. The structure of the train's momentum caused the second and third cars to double up like closing jackknife. The rear end of the car was hurled from the tracks and sent into a catapult in the street. The car described almost a complete somersault while its front trucks clung to the shattered timbers and twisted steel of the elevated structure. The rear end of the car whirled entirely around and smashed into the drugstore of John H. Jones on the corner of 798 Columbus Avenue. The car turned upside down as its rear platform went forward and struck the street and drugstore in that position. 50 and 60 passengers in the car were thrown on their head at the rear end of the street. Its flimsy roof parted and dumped many of the passengers onto the hard pavement below. Dumping car drives his load of dirt or stone. Most of the passengers were hurled to the lower end of the car into a jammed mess of twisted humanity. The heavy trucks that were above there crashed down and buried the passengers beneath tons of splintered debris. The mass of the dead were dug out of this massive wreckage. And Molly is one of those people. She is on that train with Liam, and Liam is ripped from her arms, and she loses consciousness. And she wakes up, and a nice man is holding her son for her, and she comes and gets him, and then she is taken to the hospital. She has a few broken ribs. So Molly is dealing with the injury, and she's also dealing with Daniel. Daniel is busy with a serial case, and he's getting pressure from his superiors. And Molly can't stand being in the hospital. She's just like going out of her skin. So Sid and Gus pretend to be doctors and evict her from the hospital and take her back to their house with Liam. And Daniel thinks that she's been kidnapped. He never got her note saying she was going to Sid and Gus. So he shows up and they have a big blow up. And then he went and rebuilt their house to the exact way it was previously, and he thought she would be happy. But he did everything in his point of view and not her point of view, and she might have wanted XYZ, and he's really trying to help her, and instead he's like burying her, and then he invites his mom down to help because he doesn't want her at Sid and Gus's. He just doesn't like her at Sid and Gus's. And you know Molly's mother-in-law, she's always doing those insinuating things, right? So so the mother-in-law comes, Molly goes back to the house, and Birdie is there. Now, Birdie is one of the children that Molly brought from Ireland. They were Catherine's children, Birdie and Seamus. And Seamus Jr. and the father, who she brought the kids over with, are in Panama Canal, but Birdie was staying with her mother-in-law as a helper, and her mother-in-law was training Birdie in house things and how to keep a house and how to do all that kind of stuff. And she brought Birdie back with us. And then Molly attends one of the suffrage meetings at Sid and Gus's house, and one of the ladies there, Mrs. Hamilton, wants Sid and Gus to help her. Her niece is the prime suspect in the murder of her parents. Apparently, her parents were murdered in their beds, and then their house was set on fire. And they are blaming the kid for murdering her parents because she was found outside completely untouched by the whole thing, and she was completely unconscious. And it's Molly that puts some of the connections together and helps Daniel solve the case. But you'll have to read it because she gets in a couple of very, very sticky situations, and she almost dies. The killer almost traps her in a house with a bomb with the daughter, the niece that was suspected of killing the parents. And it's a time bomb. It's waiting. Molly's depending on being rescued, and how she solves this case, and she actually helps Daniel. And I'm thinking, they could set up their own little private eye investigation together. But anyway, please check it out. Please like and subscribe. I'm very low tech. It's just me reading books, talking books. And while the whodunit in the book is fictional, this is a real life story. September 11th, what do you know? Edge of Dreams. Please check it out, and please hit the like and subscribe. Let me know I'm doing a good job here. Like I said, I'm low tech. I just read books, talk about books. And I need all the help I can get. Spread the word. I need to go viral. Oh my God, would that be a dream? Me going viral. In my dreams. Thank you. Please like and subscribe, please. Thank you.